moved part of our team to Silicon Valley, and we worked closely with the internet thought leaders to turn our technology into a global security standard.
Open standards and multiple protocols mean that every YubiKey can be used for hundreds of applications. You can secure your email, password managers, social logins, and at the same time, log into your workstation, all in the same YubiKey.
The YubiKey is trusted and used by 9 out of the top 10 internet companies. These companies have seen account takeovers drop to practically zero.
In order for security to scale, it has to be easy to use. Yubico has shown that with ingenuity and extraordinary focus on key problems, security can be easy. We began by making logins safer for everyone with the YubiKey, and have now created the YubiHSM. It's a tiny, powerful device to protect secrets on servers that's easy to use and accessible for everyone.
If you want to find out if your favorite app or service supports the YubiKey, check out our Works with YubiKey catalog on our site. And when you're ready, pick up a YubiKey from our online store. For developers who want to add YubiKey support into their app or service, we have tons of great resources available to help make the integration process simple.
We won't let the fraudsters limit the internet. Join the security revolution.
E-commerce has become one of the preferred ways of purchasing products, not just for individual consumers, but also for small and medium businesses. The ease of shopping has attracted SMBs in purchasing their business needs online. But when it comes to IT products, it's not a simple buy and use. There's installation and configuration that might cause issues without proper technical support. SMBs just can't afford delays caused by setup concerns. WeSellIt is an online marketplace for IT products, sold by IT experts from the industry. Explore the vast variety of software and hardware products available with value-added services guaranteed. The wide range of software and hardware products. Its basic tech support and consultation. And of course, the real-time electronic delivery of software to your email upon purchase. When searching for IT products online for your business, choose the peace of mind of buying it from the experts. In WeSellIt, it's more than just an online store. We know IT and we sell it.
on iOS, work seamlessly across mobile and desktop, covering iOS, Android, Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Move away from authenticators on mobile phones to an authenticator app backed by the YubiKey. Storing your credentials on a key is far safer than storing them on a mobile phone. Just touch or NFC tap the security key to get started. New laptop? No problem. New phone? No problem. Your credentials stay safe on your YubiKey. Stronger security, portable credentials, mobile and desktop. That's the Yubico authenticator.
Welcome to Yubico. Our company was founded in Sweden with the mission of making secure login easy and available for everyone. So we invented the YubiKey, a ubiquitous security key for accessing all computers, phones, networks, and online services with a simple touch. To make our dream happen, we've moved part of our team to Silicon Valley, and we work closely with the internet thought leaders to turn our technology into a global security standard.
And multiple protocols mean that every YubiKey can be used for hundreds of applications. You can secure your email, password managers, social logins, and at the same time, log into your workstation, all in the same YubiKey.
Problems. Security can be easy. We began by making logins safer for everyone with the YubiKey, and have now created the YubiHSM. It's a tiny, powerful device to protect secrets on servers that's easy to use and accessible for everyone.
If you want to find out if your favorite app or service supports the YubiKey, check out our Works with YubiKey catalog on our site. And when you're ready, pick up a YubiKey from our online store. For developers who want to add YubiKey support into their app or service, we have tons of great resources available to help make the integration process simple.
We won't let the fraudsters limit the internet. Join the security revolution.
purchasing products, not just for individual consumers, but also for small and medium businesses. The ease of shopping has attracted SMBs in purchasing their business needs online. But when it comes to IT products, it's not a simple buy and use. There's installation and configuration that might cause issues without proper technical support. SMBs just can't afford delays caused by setup concerns. WeSellIt is an online marketplace for IT products, sold by IT experts from the industry. Explore the vast variety of software and hardware products available with value-added services guaranteed. The wide range of software and hardware products. Its basic tech support and consultation. And of course, the real-time electronic delivery of software to your email upon purchase. So when you're searching for IT products online for your business, choose the peace of mind of buying it from the experts. In WeSellIt, it's more than just an online store. We know IT and we sell it.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon. Let's wait for a couple more of minutes and let's wait for the others to join in. Thank you.
Now available on iOS. Works seamlessly across mobile and desktop, covering iOS, Android, Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Move away from authenticators on mobile phones to an authenticator app backed by the YubiKey. Storing your credentials on a key is far safer than storing them on a mobile phone. Just touch or NFC tap the security key to get started. New laptop? No problem. New phone? No problem. Your credentials stay safe on your YubiKey. Stronger, portable credentials, mobile and desktop. That's the Yubico Authenticator Advantage.
Welcome to Yubico. Our company was founded in Sweden with the mission of making secure login easy and available for everyone. So we invented the YubiKey, a ubiquitous security key for accessing all computers, phones, networks, and online services with a simple touch. To make our dream happen, we've moved part of our team to Silicon Valley, and we work closely with the internet thought leaders to turn our technology into a global security standard.
Open standards and multiple protocols mean that every YubiKey can be used for hundreds of applications. You can secure your email, password managers, social logins, and at the same time, log into your workstation, all in the same YubiKey.
The YubiKey is trusted and used by 9 out of the top 10 internet companies. These companies have seen account takeovers drop to practically zero.
In order for security to scale, it has to be easy to use. Yubico has shown that with ingenuity and extraordinary focus on key problems, security can be easy. We began by making logins safer for everyone with the YubiKey, and have now created the YubiHSM. It's a tiny, powerful device to protect secrets on servers that's easy to use and accessible for everyone.
If you want to find out if your favorite app or service supports the YubiKey, check out our Works with YubiKey catalog on our site. And when you're ready, pick up a YubiKey from our online store. For developers who want to add YubiKey support into their app or service, we have tons of great resources available to help make the integration process simple.
We won't let the fraudsters limit the internet. Join the security revolution.
So again, good afternoon everyone and welcome to our webinar session entitled Protect Your Online Identity with Yubico in partnership with Wordtext Systems Inc. So before we start, I would like to thank you all for attending this webinar and please be reminded of the following house rules. So all attendees are placed on mute for you to have a better webinar experience. Second, all questions will be answered during the Q&A portion. If you have any questions regarding the presentation, don't hesitate to type them in on the question panel located at the bottom of your screen. Third, the session will be recorded and a copy will be sent to you after this session. And lastly, don't forget to fill out the feedback form as this will be served as your attendance for the game and the raffles. And without further ado, I would like to call on Sir Julius Canlas, our sales manager here at One Depot, to give the opening remarks. So Sir Julius.
Hello guys.
Hi sir.
Hello. Thank you, Ian. Good afternoon to everyone and welcome to another episode of our webinar. Thank you for finding time to be here with us this afternoon. So as mentioned by Ian a while ago, the title of our webinar is about online identity. So again, let me introduce myself again. My name is Julius Canlas. I'm one of the sales manager in One Depot under Information Solutions Group. So in today's session, we're going to talk about Yubico product. So and one of the product of Yubico is YubiKey. So if you're gonna ask me what is YubiKey, it's an authentication solutions. So it's a device that makes two-factor authentication. So instead of a code, being texted to you or generated by an app on the phone, so just have to press the button on your YubiKey. So that's it. You're good to go to the various services that you want to use. So each device of YubiKey has a unique code built onto it. So you just have to generate codes that help confirm your identity. So unlike any other authenticator application, it saves or the secret code stores in the applications itself. All right. So next slide, please. Before we proceed, we'll talk about more of that later on by our solutions expert. Let me just give you a brief background of our company, who is One Depot, and what we do in the business. So One Depot is an IT solutions provider and a system integrator company. It was established in 2005. It's a local company owned by our president, Mr. Mike Ledesma. Basically, the company has been in the IT industry for more than 15 years already. So our main objective is to help our customer in addressing their pain points and challenges by reducing their IT costs, improving their business productivity, efficiency, of course, the business continuity, as well as the security. So by using the best global technology brand that are available in the market today. Next slide, please. So here are the products and services that we can offer in the market. So we have information solutions, managed printing, or we call it MPS, and IT equipment rentals. Next slide, please. All right, for information solutions group or information technology solutions, we have three solutions pillars. And these are composed of consolidation, data protection, and network security and visibility. So for the consolidation, this is actually improves, your day-to-day operation and application function. So we're talking about here in the areas of servers, storage, computes, and the likes of virtualizations and hyperconverged infrastructure. So these are under the consolidation category. And moving forward for the data protection, these are the to make sure that the high availability and disaster recovery are optimal and utilized all throughout the organization. These are the products under the backup and store, disaster and recovery. And then for the security and visibility, these are the enables you to have the full visibility and properly monitor all areas of your infrastructure. So these are the products of the or firewalls and the likes. Next slide, please. So for IT equipment rental, if you're looking for another way of saving money, less hassles, or even getting hired from internal tech support because your company doesn't have enough technical resources to assist you, this is the best option you could go. So by having this, you'll be able to get the latest versions of hardware and software model whenever you need them. Okay. Next slide, please. Yes, for the managed printing services, again, we offer the remanufactured toners. We make it sure that these goes through the process of check for high or premium quality. And then we also have laserjet printers for high technology printers, copier, and scanners for high volumes or high productivity. And then lastly, the technical support that would help our customers doing the installation, configuration, and maintenance. This is actually one of the way of for our customers to outsource their support, the maintenance and management of their printers. Next slide, please. All right, so also we have our One Depot social media pages. You can visit our Facebook page and LinkedIn page. You just have to type One Depot or on the Facebook and LinkedIn page. Right, next slide, please. And our office is located in Makati. And if you have any inquiries, or need for meetings. So again, thank you and please take advantage of the learning that you will be getting in the session and enjoy the rest of the session. Thank you so much. Ian.
Thank you for that, Sir Julius. And to introduce the WSI team, we will be having Sir Vincent Santos, the product manager of WSI, to give an overview on who is WSI, and Sir J.M. Beltran, the technical engineer from WSI, to discuss how Yubico can protect you or your online identity. So, Sir Vincent?
Hello, Ian. Thank you very much. And to Sir Julius, thank you very much. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, my name is Vincent Santos, the product manager for WSI. So, it is my pleasure to welcome you here this afternoon. So, wherever you are, at home, in the office, so I hope you are safe. So, I would like to thank you for joining us today. And of course, thank you, One Depot, for supporting this webinar and making this happen. So before we start, I'd like to introduce our company, WSI. So we are in the distribution business for 39 years now and still going strong. So we are a pioneer and one of the leading IT distributors in the Philippines. So we offer complete solutions for your business across industries. So we do have solutions for infra, design, printing and imaging, security and backup, and communications. So we carry more than 44 brands. So that includes Yubico, one of the newest product of WSI. So WSI is nationwide. So our main office is in Manila, and we have branches in Cebu and Davao that you can contact. So this is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. So you can send us your email at sales@wsifield.com.ph. So for more information about WSI and the solutions we offer, you may visit our official website, wordtext.com.ph. So you can also visit our social media accounts. So we encourage everyone to feel free to like, share, and follow our social media and be updated on the latest IT products and information. So lastly, I would like to introduce our e-commerce site, the WeSellIt.ph. So this is the first pure IT e-commerce site in the Philippines for small and medium-sized businesses. So WeSellIt offers a wide range of hardware and software brands. So if you want to know more, just visit the site and you may go to WeSellIt.ph. So that's it. Thank you very much. So moving right along, it is now my pleasure to introduce our speaker today, our technical engineer, to discuss in detail what is Yubico and who is Yubico, Mr. J.M. Beltran. So J.M., please.
Thank you, Sir Vincent, and good afternoon once again. So I'll just share my screen for a while. Hello, Joshua. You're still on share screen, so can you please disable your share? Okay, thank you. Okay. So once again, good afternoon to everyone. So once again, I am J.M. Beltran, so one of the technical support engineers of Yubico from WSI, or the Wordtext Systems Inc. So in this session, we'll discuss about who is Yubico and how Yubico's products, the YubiKeys, can protect your online identity or accounts across many applications and online services. So let's take a quick look first for our agenda for this afternoon session. So first is we'll discuss the overview, or who is Yubico. We'll discuss the components of YubiKeys, list of YubiKey products, what are the key features of YubiKeys, why do we need to consider using YubiKeys, how YubiKey works, and then before I will show you the demo, we'll have a quick activities and Q&A and also quizzes. Then I'll show you the demo on how to set up our YubiKeys to throughout many services like the Microsoft and also Google Workspace. So for our brief overview, Yubico was founded in Sweden in the year 2007. Their mission is to make secure login easy and available for everyone. Also, all products are under Yubico are manufactured in Sweden and in the US or the USA. So basically, when you point those countries, you expect that their product is durable and of course reliable. They are already 10 years when it comes to innovation in security with the Yubico, and of course they're still going strong. Yubico also has different branch sites around the globe, and some of which are in the regional offices from the London, UK, Munich, Germany, Seattle, USA, Melbourne, Australia, Kanagawa, Japan, in Seoul, Korea, and of course in Singapore. Yubico also has millions of users in over across 160 countries. And also, they are the principal author of the U2F authentication standard, which is an open authentication standard that enables internet users to securely access any number of online services with a single security key instantly and with no drivers or client software needed. They are also the principal author of the FIDO2 web authentication protocol, which is the FIDO2 is created to make strong authentication for any online or web services and applications. And lastly, they're also the board member of a FIDO Alliance. So basically, FIDO stands for the FIDO Fast Identity Online, which is focused on providing open and free authentication standards to help reduce the world's compliance on passwords and OTPs and replace it via or with the U2F or the FIDO2 security keys. So as we all know, in this time of pandemic, hackers still thrive in times of crisis. So as you can see here from the example, there is an email or let's say a phishing attempt or phishing message came from WHO or the World Health Organization that contains a fake ebook that's in a zip folder that may contain information stealing Trojan or that can steal confidential data including usernames and or passwords that can lead to account takeovers. So of course, when you're sending, let's say, an email on how to counter these types of pandemic or the COVID-19, you won't need to send a .zip file to any users. So basically, with this type of, let's say, phishing attack, it is very obvious for some users. But still, most of, let's say, average users will fall victim on this type of data stealing or phishing attacks that will result to, let's say, account takeovers or maybe takeovers of your credentials or even your bank accounts as well. And that could be, let's say, that will compromise your businesses or even your productivity within your organization or businesses. So with those examples of attack, or let's say account takeover attacks, how can we stop account takeovers? So with this, we have the three types of authentication. Of course, first is we have the username and password. And alam naman natin, this is the requirement or basically the first option or first requirement to basically have an online service account. And of course, we can't be too much relying on this username and password because it has very high in vulnerability. So that will fall on to another types of authentication, which is the basic 2FA using the OTP codes that will always send OTP codes to SMS, email, or mobile, or the mobile authenticator or the mobile push or prompt. But if we think of that the SMS, the mobile, the email, they are entirely built for communication. Those are not purposely built for security, and it still uses existing technology that are very vulnerable to network attacks and also software attacks. And of course, they're also common target for credential phishing. Of course, 2FA is good, but 2FA, the basic 2FA, is not the best. That's why we have the strongest authentication, which is the hardware-based security key. So comparing to the previous two types, which is the username and password, and also the basic 2FA, the hardware-based security key or Yubico's YubiKey is purposely built for security. It doesn't require a network connection. It doesn't store any data about your private keys or password like the OTPs. And also, there is no client or software needed or no software required. And of course, it is highly phishing resistant because it is purposely built for strong security or strong 2FA method. And as we can see, if you're using only kung username and password lang ang gamit natin throughout the, let's say, organization or users, we still have an 80% attack penetration rate. So it is very vulnerable kapag yung username and password lang, syempre yung gagamitin natin. Then, if we evolve naman, at least we still have, let's say, protection for, let's say, account takeovers, but it is still have the up to 50% of vulnerability on the attack penetration rate. So okay, so meron nga tayong basic 2FA, but still, meron pa rin percentage na magkaroon tayo ng account takeovers throughout our users or, let's say, online accounts. But if we use yung strongest authentication natin, which is the YubiKeys or the hardware-based security key, I assure or 100% na ma-stop natin yung mga account takeovers, which is, of course, the YubiKeys has the 0% attack penetration rate. So we can easily stop any account takeover attacks using YubiKeys. So as I have said, any multi-factor authentication is better than passwords alone, but not all MFAs are created equal. So let's see the MFA comparison matrix. As we can see, the most commonly used throughout this or today is the SMS, the mobile OTPs, mobile push, and of course, kung di kayo aware sa mga smart card, yung smart card is yung mga ginagamit natin for ATM cards, debit cards. So if we compare sa lahat na yun, so si security keys lang or yung YubiKeys lang natin, yung let's say best in terms of user experience or yung user adoption, in terms of security, in terms of portability, and of course, meron tayong multi-protocol compatibility, which is yung mga U2F, FIDO2, and of course, yung web authentication protocol natin. So bakit ba laging, let's say, why those other types of MFA are low in terms of user experience, security, portability, and multi-protocol compatibility? Of course, yung mga SMS natin, mobile, and of course, yung mga email natin, they still require network connection. And what if, let's say, nasa area tayo na mahina yung network coverage, it will, let's say, compromise yung pag-login ng mga user natin dun sa specific accounts natin. And of course, we still have the best security nga with security keys. But comparing to sa mga smart card natin, let's say, meron tayong mga users na gumagamit na smart card sa mga 2FA natin. But if we think of that, smart card always need yung smart card, of course, and of course yung smart card reader natin. So of course, very inconvenient naman yung magdala tayo lagi ng smart card saka yung smart card readers, di ba? Comparing to yung mga security keys natin, which is kasing laki lang siya ng mga normal flash drives natin. It is very portable and also has multi-protocol compatibility that makes sure you're high or makes sure that you have the best security in terms of authentications. So as we can see, we compare naman in a graphical comparison or representation. As you can see, we have the phishable area. So ito yung mga login password, OTPs, SMS, email OTPs. So as you can see, nasa phishable area pa rin siya. And dalawa lang yung, let's say, 100% na you can stop account takeovers. But in terms of user experience and adoption, si YubiKeys or yung security keys pa rin natin yung laging nasa high or let's say the best option for MFA because yun nga, very inconvenient naman yung smart card natin because we always need a smart card and smart card reader compared to a kasing laki lang na flash drive na multi-factor authentication. So let's now discuss or what are basically the technologies behind the YubiKeys. So first on the YubiKeys, we have the OpenPGP. Or basically the open pretty good privacy. So basically this provides the encrypted communication between devices. So for example, when you insert the key into a laptop or any computer, the communication from the YubiKey to a computer is encrypted. And the next thing is the PIV or the personal identity verification. So basically this is commonly used for smart cards natin or smart card readers. Next thing is we have the OAuth or the open authentication. Basically, dito na magpo-fall yung mga OTPs natin like the HOTP and the TOTPs. So basically, ito yung commonly used up to now. So we have the HOTP, which is yung event-based, or basically HOTP stand for hash-based message authentication code or HMAC OTP. So in every OTPs kasi we have two factors. Of course, yung security key natin, and then yung moving factor natin. So, with HOTP, yung moving factor natin is a counter. So, bakit tayo merong moving factor? Basically, this provide us, or basically, it's to make sure na lahat ng ibibigay ng OTP sa atin is unique, hindi na siya ma-reuse. So, here, for example, the first moving factor mo is for 88 or itong 6 na 8s, 88888. Then, magbibigay siya ng random OTPs to generate. So, first is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the next time na mag-request ka ulit ng OTP, syempre, to provide you another unique OTP code. So, that's how HOTP works in YubiKey HOTP. Comparing to other type, which is basically commonly used then, si TOTP or yung time-based naman. So comparing, so yung moving factor natin kay HOTP is a counter, while sa OTP naman or TOTP is time, basically time-based one-time passcodes. So yung moving factor natin is basically from 30 to 60 seconds. So depende sa mga services natin. And once na, alam naman natin na once na hindi natin nagamit within that time or that period, 30 to or 60 seconds, magbibigay ulit siya ng another, let's say, random OTP. So of course, to make sure then yung mga old time. So basically, that's the open authentication for HOTP and the TOTP ni YubiKeys. And then, of course, the next thing is we have the FIDO2 U2F or FIDO2 2.0. And of course, we have the config setup for logins for, let's say, Windows and other computer OS devices. So let's discuss on how FIDO U2F works and how anong pinagkaiba nila in using OTPs. So basically, U2F is, of course, meron din tayong tinatawag na challenge response for U2F authentications. So assuming na we need to, let's say, log in to a specific service, sabihin na natin Google or Microsoft, any online services. So of course, yung first step na gagawin natin to log in, siyempre kailangan natin na connect, siyempre gmail.com, and then open tayo ng, let's say, username and password. Kailangan natin mag-input ng username and password. Of course, si server or yung service, sabihin natin si Google nga, i-verify niya yung password na yun. So the next step is with the use of the U2F dahil nga naka-set up na si security key or yung YubiKey natin sa specific na, let's say, service na to. Oops, let's just yan. So, let's say after ma-verify yung password mo and tama naman, so mag-generate na siya ng challenge. So that is the first step of the challenge response, which is the challenge. So in challenge na yun, so kailangan natin i-insert, of course, yung YubiKey or yung security key natin para let's say, matapos or makapag-authenticate tayo sa specific na login process na yun. So if we think of that, yung process na yun, so ang most commonly used natin is mag-i-input tayo ng OTP na binigay din ng service natin. But with security key or yung YubiKey, ang kailangan lang natin i-insert yung YubiKeys natin sa USB port ng any laptop or computer devices natin. And kailangan natin i-touch yung button. So that's, yun na yung pinalitan ng OTP natin. Kailangan natin insert and yung user is to touch yung button ng security na yun. Later on, malalaman natin kung bakit kailangan i-touch yung security key. So, that will now be the response dun sa challenge response natin na, let's say, process. So, after ma-verify yung response na yun, you're now finished on your login or authentication process. So, basically, that's how U2F works. But in a simplified manner, so basically, ito yung magiging view ng mga users natin. So, of course, if you're logging in to a mobile or any, let's say, a smartphone devices, of course, yung first step pa rin, enter tayo ng username and password. Then, either pwede natin i-insert dun sa mga port ng smartphone natin, kung let's say, USB-C or Lightning port dun sa mga Apple devices, or kung yung mga devices natin is meron na siyang NFC capability or yung near field communication, which is basically ito yung upgrade ng mga RFID. Sa NFC is kailangan natin itap mismo yung YubiKey natin dun sa NFC reader ng mga smartphone devices natin or even tablets para ma-finish yung, or let's say, para maging mag-authenticate dun tayo sa login process. Then, once na na-tap mo yung, or na-insert mo yung YubiKey natin, done ka na dun sa, or basically, you can now have, you're now logged on to that specific service. And at the same time, if you're using, of course, yung most common naman natin na laptop or desktop or any computers, same process. Enter lang tayo ng username and password. And then with this time naman, insert natin siya to any USB port ng computers natin. Of course, touch nga natin yung button ng YubiKeys. And then, of course, you're now done on the login process. So how U2F or the FIDO2 and web authentication is effective and why it is effective. So basically, we have 6 pieces here to summarize kung ano bang basically advantages ng FIDO2 or web authentication protocol sa sinasabi ko kanina pa. So first is we have the public key crypto. So let's say sasabihin ko na lang in my own words para mas madali natin maintindihan. So for example, yun nga, we're logging in sa Gmail and ang currently 2FA natin is let's say OTPs. Siyempre, may gumagamit tayo ng public key crypto. Yung public key crypto, cryptography system, it uses a public key and private key. So sa process na yun, ang magiging public key natin. So public key kasi is always visible to everyone. So yun yung username password natin. Username lang, sorry. The public key is the username yun. For example, johnmarbeltran at .com. So basically, yun yung username natin. Then yung private key naman is, yan lagi yung dapat safe, na dapat yung user lang yung nakakaalam. So in that case, yung magiging private key natin for that specific login process is yung password and then yung OTP. But if we think of that, yung password natin and yung OTP na yun, napapasa-pasa yan throughout the service. So kapag nag-login tayo, magpapadala tayo ng magpapadala si service ng OTP code and then ibabato sa atin and then i-input natin which is ipapadala na naman sa service. So yung private key na yon, na-view pa rin yun sa internet. Basically, it is still vulnerable kasi it still requires network connection to basically para ma-verify na ikaw yung naglalagin na yun. But with the YubiKey's public key crypto, yung private key mo is nasa YubiKey na. So it is no need na kailangan kumonek sa internet para lang let's say, maibigay yung verification mo dun sa specific service. No need na mapasa-pasa yung mga OTPs. Lagi lang yung private key na yun or basically yung YubiKey na yun nasa possession lang ng user natin. So that's how let's say, how advanced yung public key crypto na ginagamit ng YubiKeys using the FIDO2 or yung web authentication protocol. And then the next thing is the origin checking. So basically with the YubiKey, once you registered your account in a specific service, let's say Google ulit. So the user logged in now is bound to the origin or to the specific or the original website, meaning that the only real site can authenticate with that specific key. So the authentication will fail on the fake site even if the user was fooled into thinking it was real. So basically, this greatly stops or let's say mitigates against the increasing volume of phishing or account takeover attacks. So basically, to summarize this origin checking is you can fool a user but you can fool a FIDO-based hardware security key. So kahit mag-input tayo ng username and password natin sa phishing sites, still, hindi magagamit yun ng attacker natin kasi nasa possession pa rin natin yung YubiKeys natin. And the next thing is the user presence or verification or basically ito na yung process kung bakit kailangan natin ng i-touch yung touch sensor nung let's say YubiKeys natin. So because many attacks are from vulnerability attacks or let's say phishing attacks or remote attacks. So the difference from a hardware security key from other 2FA methods ng mga OTPs natin is the YubiKeys has a touch sensor. So that is an advantage because if the touch sensor is of the security key basically verifies the user logging in is a real-life human behind the computer, not a Trojan and not a remote attack. So basically, kahit may nakaalam ng mga user and password natin, pero yung YubiKey natin nasa possession natin, hindi pa rin nila magagamit yung username and password na yun. Because we need to always have yung YubiKey natin sa possession mismo natin. Next is the fourth piece is many apps and no shared secrets. So basically, a single secret key can be used to many different services and applications. And in a security key, all services have a different set of secret authentications. So let's say for a specific service, there is a specific set of encryption secrets or authentication secrets. So let's say, for example, you want to use your security key to your Google account and at the same time you want to use it in a Microsoft account. So the two services have a specific set of authentication secrets and that information is not shared throughout the services. So the authentication for a Google account stays for Google services and the authentication for the Microsoft account stays for Microsoft services as well. And the next thing is the secure backup. So basically, it is straightforward. So of course, in our house keys, car keys, and other keys like yung mga padlock natin, yung mga keys na yun laging multiple, let's say 2 or 3, because we need to have a backup to that specific keys. So with security keys or UB keys, the best practice here is, of course, kailangan meron din tayong backup na UB keys or security keys. And the last thing is we still have a native browser and multiple OS support. So basically, we support many applications. You can see that in our Yubico website, which works with YubiKey catalog, and also supported for let's say multiple operating systems like the Windows, Mac OS for computers. We also have for Android devices, iPhone or Apple devices, and many other platforms as well. So let's now talk about our product line. So basically, so as I've said, all of our products, all of our YubiKeys products are produced or manufactured in US and Sweden. And all of YubiKeys are robust, so basically water resistant and crash resistant. And it requires no network, it doesn't require a network connection, and wala rin siyang battery na kailangan. And of course, we still So basically, ang pinagkaiba lang naman ng categories na to is about the security functions or multi-protocol compatibilities. So basically, yung YubiKey 5 series namin is we have the full suite. So lahat nung diniscuss ko na protocol is covered niya with the YubiKey 5 series. But with for individual consumer, for security key, NFC lang. So it lacks yung mga PIV natin, yung mga YubiKey OTP, yung mga OAuth or yung Open Authentication, and yung mga Open PGP na protocols natin. So to discuss more about let's say YubiKey 5 series naman. So we have a variety of types of USBs. So as I've said kanina, meron tayong NFC capability, which is we need to tap lang itong NFC enabled na mga YubiKeys dun sa mga compatible na NFC devices natin, yung mga smartphones, tablets na may NFC compatibility. So we have the YubiKey 5 NFC, which has the Type A na USB port, USB, and then we have the YubiKey 5C NFC for Type C naman na for USB Type C, which have the NFC capability. And the other, let's say YubiKey 5 series, like the from this one and to this the other 5 series, wala na siyang NFC. So dalawa lang yung may NFC natin for 5 series, the 5 NFC and 5C NFC. So with YubiKey 5C, basically dual type siya ng USB. So we have the Lightning port for Apple devices, and then we also have the Type C on the other hand. Then we also have the YubiKey 5 Nano, which has the Type A, and we have the 5C Nano for Type C, which is basically used for mga stationary na computers. Let's say, hindi natin kailangan maglipat-lipat ng YubiKeys, so pwede siya for stationary. And then, of course, we have the YubiKey 5C, which is for Type C naman. Type C lang na USB. And basically, what are the key features of the YubiKeys? So basically, it has a broad ecosystem. So as you can see, you can use a one or single security key for many applications. You can use it from, let's say, a computer login. We have the Windows and Mac OS for a remote access or VPN. We also support yung mga IAM, password management, privilege access, and of course, yung mga online services, lalo na yung Google natin, Microsoft, and of course, yung mga Salesforce. And then developer and encryption tools, and of course, yung mga CMS. So you can view naman all of supported applications ni Yubico's YubiKey dito sa website. So yubico.com works with YubiKey catalog. So andito lahat yung all supported applications and services ni Yubico. So the next key feature is of course mobile. So yun nga, meron tayong advantage dun sa mga NFC enabled na devices, or not just Android devices, pero meron na rin yung other smartphone devices or tablets. Of course, we support multi-protocol compatibility like the FIDO2, FIDO U2F, the OAuth, and of course yung mga challenge response protocol. It is very easy to configure and ease to use. So later on, I will have a demo. So kung gaano kadali i-set up yung mga YubiKeys natin throughout many services, specifically sa mga Microsoft or Google users natin. And trusted partner, of course, the YubiKey is deployed and loved by 9 of the top 10 internet brands and by millions of users across the world. So basically with the YubiKey, so how the YubiKey works, so as I've said, you just first need to register, insert and tap the YubiKey, or you can tap the NFC-enabled YubiKeys on your NFC-enabled smartphones or devices. So why do we need to use YubiKey? So basically, with the start of using YubiKey, it has 0 recorded account takeovers in the last 11 years. So basically, yun yung pinaka-advantage ng YubiKeys natin. The next thing is quick and reliable. So yun nga, one-tap login. Nothing to download. You just you don't need any software. No batteries, and also crash and water resistant. And of course, as I've said, it supports 100 of top sites across the internets. And also, it can stop phishing. So let's say, let's simulate. So for example, meron tayong phishing attack here. So a single user, so meron siya na-receive na email and not knowingly, na hindi niya alam na it is from a phishing attack or attacker. And yung, let's say, yung subject niyan is very, let's say, very convincing. Yung, let's say, subject na ginawa ng attacker na yun. So account compromise, change your password. So hindi natin alam kung anong, let's say, sa bank account na sinend yan. So from bpi.com, so for example, syempre, kapag ganyan yung mga nakikita na subject, yung user, magmamadali yan na mag-log into that specific link or i-click yung link na yun and then mag-log in. Ayan. So basically, hindi niya alam na isang phishing website na yung link na nandun sa email body na yun or sa mismong email. So once na naging victim na yung, let's say, yung user, of course, syempre maglalagin siya, lalagay niya yung username, yung password, and of course, kung merong OTP, maglalagay din siya ng OTP code. And with that, kapag syempre nabigay niya na yung mga necessary, let's say, credentials niya, magkakaroon na ng access yung attacker na yun kasi makukuha niya na yung credentials ng specific users na. And that can leads to account takeover. So gagamitin niya ni attacker na yun yung specific credentials na yun para makalag into that specific website. But the advantage of YubiKey, so for example, hindi kayo gumagamit ng OTPs and we're using currently YubiKey. So YubiKey na yun is bind na siya or bound na siya to that specific original website. So hindi na magagamit ni attacker natin yung credentials na yun kahit na nakuha niya yung username and password kapag naka-YubiKey tayo. And yung YubiKey natin is always in the possession, of course, ng user. So with that, we can easily stop yung mga account takeovers through the phishing attacks or any account takeover attacks. With that also, so Google is also, and of course Microsoft, partners sila ni Yubico, and si Google, nag-conduct sila ng surveys. Now with the use of the security keys, it has a 100% account takeover prevention rate. So comparing to other types of MFA, we have the comparing prevention rate. And of course, basically, one of our top customers, or basically we have also partnership with Google, customer din ni Yubico, si Facebook, government that use. And as I have said, so if you want to, let's say, check kung compatible ba yung mga applications or services mo with Yubico's YubiKeys, you can search here. So sa YubiKey works with YubiKey catalog. And for example, you have homegrown applications or meron tayong mga developers sa company natin na nag-develop sila ng sarili nating applications and they want to, let's say, integrate yung paggamit ng YubiKey to that specific homegrown applications. We can apply with Works with YubiKey program. So we just need to sign up here and once nakapag-sign up tayo, si Yubico support mismo yung tatawag sa atin or sa clients natin para, let's say, to give you instructions or procedures on how to integrate YubiKeys to your own or homegrown application or specific application na ginawa ng developers natin. So basically that ends with the first presentation. So any questions before we start the demonstration? So I will give back the floor to Sir Ian or Christian Go. So thank you.
Thank you, Sir JM. But before we proceed with the demo, we will be having an icebreaker challenge. And while waiting for Josh to set it up, I would like to remind everyone to fill out the feedback form so that you will be included on the raffle draw later. And if you have questions regarding the presentation, feel free to send them to us at if it's if it is inserted in a multimedia hub and the multimedia hub is connected to a computer or laptop. So ang experience kasi sir is basically limited daw po kasi yung laptop or yung PC. So nag-extend siya ng hub.
Okay, sir. Basically, yes, it will work with, of course. Actually, I have tried it once. So I'm using, of course, yung mga USB hub natin. And nag-work naman siya. Currently, basta connected naman sa any USB port na connected dun din sa mismong device or computer natin is mag-work naman siya.
Thank you for that, Sir GM. And for those who are asking for the feedback form, so we have already sent the link on the chat box. So we'll resend it right now for others to see here. So Josh, is the games okay? Ayan. So just a quick instruction. Kindly use your PC or laptop or mobile phones to join in and use the link shown on your screen. So just go into joinmyquiz.com and put in the game code that is also shown on the screen. So top 3 winners will be receiving Jollibee food vouchers and Pure Gold vouchers. So to win, all you have to do is to answer all the questions correctly. So you may join in already na po. So for the winners, for the first runner-up, you will be receiving a 500 pesos worth of Pure Gold vouchers. And for the second runner-up, you will be receiving 350 pesos worth of Jollibee vouchers. And for the last winner, you will be receiving 200 pesos worth of Jollibee vouchers. So we already have 8 participants. So we are expecting at least 30 participants for this game. So we already have 13 participants. So 20, so 10 more to go. $22. So I'm giving you a last 1 minute to join. So we are starting at exactly 2:54 p.m. So while waiting for the others to join in, I would like to remind everyone again to use to fill out the feedback form So the form is already on the chat box. So just click it and fill out the feedback form to be able to join on the raffle later. And by the way, if you have any questions regarding to Sir GM's presentation, you can type it in on the question panel located at the bottom side of your screen. So as of now, we already have 28 participants. So I think we can start already since it's already 2:54 p.m. So Josh, we can start already na. Thank you. So for the first question, Yubico was founded in what year? So our top 3 winners are Brian, Rixie, and I didn't see the last one, sorry. So second question is, what does PIV stand for? So time's up. The top 3 winners are, top 3 rank are Brian, Rixie, Alex, and RB. So next question, please. What does 2FA stands for? So I think this was already discussed by Sir GM earlier. So our top 3 is still Rixie, Alex, and RB. So walang nabago. Sila pa din yung top 3 natin. Next question is, in which country Yubico was founded? So our top 3 is still Rixie, Alex, and RB. And our next question is, who is the CEO of Yubico? All done. And our top 3 for this question are, nagbago na. Si Paul Cruz, Mac, and Ernest. So for our next question, who is the business unit head of One Depot? Okay, so top 3 is Paul Cruz, Alex, and Mac. Next question is, what's One Depot 3 main services? So Sir Julius already discussed this on the opening remarks. So time's up, and our top 3 players for now is the same, Paul Cruz, Alex, and Mac. Next question is, one of the product of Yubico is, so this is our topic for today. And I believe Sir GM already discussed all the product lines of Yubico. Time's up. And our top three is Paul Cruz, Alex, and Ernest. Our next question is, the uses of YubiKey are quick and reliable, one key access, and what? And our top three players for this question are still the same, Paul Cruz, Alex, and Ernest. Next question is, the key features of YubiKey are multi-protocol, configurable, and blank. Time's up. And our top three players for now is still the same, Paul Cruz, Alex, and Ernest. Our next question is, what protocol uses time-based OTP? Time's up. The top three players are still the same, Paul Cruz, Alex, and Ernest. And our next question is, what's the three pillars of One Depot's Information Solutions Group? So this was already presented by Sir Julius earlier. Okay, time's up. And let's see our top three players for now. So our top three is Paul Cruz, Alex, and Mac. Next question is, what is the phone number and email address of One Depot? So this was also given by Sir Julius earlier. Time's up. And let's see our winners for this quiz. So congratulations, Sir Paul Cruz, Alex O, and... Oh, there's another question, sorry. Last na pala, sorry. So for the winners, kindly message us on how to claim your prizes. So our top three winners is Paul Cruz, Alex O, and Mac. So you are the winners of Jollibee food vouchers and Pure Gold vouchers. So kindly message us on how to claim your prizes. Thank you. And now I would like to call on again Sir JM to show us a demo on Yubico. So Sir JM.
Okay, so thank you. So again, congratulations mga winners natin. So let me share my screen again. So for the demo, so basically how to set up a YubiKey. So before I proceed dun sa top, let's say services natin for Microsoft and Google. So yung YubiKey natin or yung YubiKeys, basically we also have YubiKey Authenticator app. So kung may yung mga users at may mga users na aware or basically gumagamit ng mga Google Authenticator or any authenticator app like the Microsoft Authenticators, meron ding authenticator app si YubiKeys. So basically, instead na, let's say, yung OTPs mo is manggagaling from Google Authenticators, we can download yung Authenticator applications sa smartphones natin, also sa mga computers. And the process naman to, let's say, para makakuha or maka-get ng OTP codes sa Authenticator app is kailangan natin either i-insert sa USB port ng computers and then automatic magbibigay siya ng OTP codes. Or kapag sa smartphones naman, kailangan natin i-insert din dun sa, let's say, naka-Type-C or Lightning port tayo. Or kung NFC enabled, itap lang natin sa NFC reader ng smartphones. And then we'll now proceed on the YubiKey setup on Microsoft, or let's say Microsoft Azure AD or any login to Microsoft. So the first thing na kailangan natin para ma-enable yung security key na option sa login natin via the Microsoft is kailangan nating i-enable yung FIDO2 security key natin dito. So ito. So ito yung first things first na kailangan ng mga admins para ma-enable yung security keys or YubiKeys. So we just need to proceed or let's say go on to the FIDO2 security key settings, and then we just need to toggle on the enable. We just toggle on the yes on enable, and then we can select if gusto natin for all users, kailangan required yung security key natin na login instead of other OTP methods. So pwede na tayong all users or select users lang. So of course, kapag select users, we just need to select kung sinong users or user groups yung kailangan nating enable for YubiKey authentications. Then of course, yung pag-set up kasi natin ng mga YubiKeys is self-service. Or basically, yung user mismo dapat yung mag-enable niyan because of the PIN code. Users kasi dapat, let's say, kailangan mag-enter ng separate pins for specific keys. So, single pin for single keys or security keys for single users. So, once na enable natin yan, basically, proceed naman na tayo sa, let's say, account naman ng users natin. So, of course, we just need to sign in and then punta tayo sa security info ng mga user accounts natin. Then we just need to add a method of another MFA or let's say authentication method. So ang requirement naman dito is kailangan meron tayong backup. So before we let's say select yung security key natin, kailangan meron tayong another method of authentication. So kailangan let's say enable natin yung phone authentication at saka yung authenticator app. And then once na na-enable natin to, yung dalawa, so lalabas na yung kapag nag-add method tayo, meron tayong option for security key. So once na na-select natin to, so let's next. Ayan, so we can now add a method for security key. And then we can actually choose if we are using a USB device or let's say a USB port yung gagamitin natin for security key or NFC, so which is yung itatap natin sa NFC reader. Then let's say we choose the USB device here. So it will just proceed. So it will now ask you if you currently have or nasa possession mo na ba yung security key mo. So once we click next, we just need to insert na yung security key natin or yung YubiKey. And then of course, it will prompt yung as Windows security or kung sa Mac, yung sa Mac security naman. So it will prompt if you need to, let's say, a request or basically activate yung YubiKey natin dun sa Windows security. Then of course, next thing is okay lang natin din, continue setup lang natin siya. And then once na, let's say, okay na tayo with the setup, you will now need to input your PIN. Basically, the minimum PIN is up to 6 PIN is the minimum. And it's all a numerical PIN. And then once na nag-setup na tayo, so once again, itong process na to is for user, of course. User self-service setup. And then once na kapag let's say input na tayo ng PIN, we now need to touch yung sensor ng security key natin. And then of course, yung first setup kasi natin is, di ba, naka-enable yung OTP natin. Kailangan natin let's say mag-request ng OTP dun sa previous or yung secondary na OTP type natin to basically finish yung process ng pag-setup ng YubiKey. Then once done, basically nakapag-set up na tayo, you are required to name or lagyan natin ng name basically yung YubiKey natin, let's say, kasi if we have multiple YubiKeys, so para alam natin kung ano yung let's say i-set up natin or ano yung i-revoke natin. So once done, so basically ayun na. So yun now done on the setup process. Now let's take a look naman kung paano naman tayo magsa-sign in via the security key. So as you can see here, so basically kapag nasa Microsoft let's say a website na tayo, so we have the sign in options dito. So once we click the sign in options, bibigyan ka ng options again. So of course, dahil naka-set up na yung security key natin, we just need to sign in with the security key. So as you can see, so yung sign-in options na yun, hindi na natin kailangan ng username and password dun sa Microsoft account natin. We just need yung security key natin and kailangan natin nag-insert ng PIN. So again, insert natin yung, let's say, security key dun sa laptop or any device natin. And then kailangan natin mag-input ng PIN instead of using yung username and password natin. And then after that, of course, kapag tama yung PIN natin, kailangan natin i-touch yung security sensor ni YubiKey. And of course, after that, you can now access or nakalagin ka na dun sa, let's say, Microsoft service na kailangan mong i-access. So basically, that's the process. Basically, with Microsoft kasi we, let's say, enforce yung passwordless na tinatawag na login. So instead of username and password, yung kailangan natin ng security key and of course, yung PIN and i-touch natin yung sensor. So basically, that's the login process for Microsoft service. Now, for example naman is, for example, nawala natin yung YubiKey natin. So we can easily revoke din naman yung YubiKeys na naka-register sa account natin dun sa settings. Of course, balik tayo sa security info natin. Then we can easily delete this. Let's say ito yung sinet up natin kanina na YubiKey 5 NFC. We can easily delete this or revoke that specific key. Then after that, you just need to click OK and yes, you're now done on revoking or you're deleting yung security key na yun o once na let's say mawala man yung YubiKey natin or wag naman sana mawala pero in case lang na mawala yung YubiKey. So next is demo naman natin for Google or let's say YubiKey setup for Google Workspace. So Joshua, please show muna natin yung video for the Google setup. Thank you, Joshua. So, let's now, okay, so discuss ko naman so first slide kung ano yung naging process nung pag-login dun sa video ng setup on Google. So basically, the first thing na ginawa niya is of course, kailangan natin punta sa security tab ng Google account natin, and we need to enable of course yung two-step verification natin. Then of course, we can choose naman dun sa, of course, yung basic kasi na 2FA ni Google is yung text message or phone call or yung sa mga authenticator app. So we can just click yung show more options dito to enable yung sa security key. And so select lang natin yung security key for registration ng YubiKeys. And then of course, it will ask if you have, let's say nasa possession mo na yung security keys mo. We just need to click next and of course, insert na natin yung security key natin. Then of course, accept lang natin yung process. And then with that, kailangan na natin i-touch yun nga yung gold contacts or yung touch sensor ng YubiKeys as we see in the video. Then once done, so required pa rin of course to have a security key name, of course to, let's say if you need to have a multiple, or let's say yun nga, the best practice is kailangan may backup tayong security key. And once done, okay, so okay na tayo. So tapos na yung setup nung security key natin. So the process naman for let's say logging in, so in the Microsoft, meron kasi tayong passwordless which is yung PIN na yung kailangan. With Google Workspace or yung Google Services is the same process pa rin, which is ang kailangan lang na natin. Ang added process lang is meron tayong security as an MFA. So we still need to use, or let's say we still need to enter or yung username and password natin. Yan, after that, na-verify yung username and password na correct. So we need now to insert yung YubiKeys. Then touch yung sensor ng security key. And then it will now ask, let's say, kung gusto ba natin na every time na mag-login tayo ng Gmail, mag-a-ask ng YubiKey. Or let's say, don't ask again on device. So basically, on this device, hindi na mag-verify with the YubiKey. So you have the option naman with the Google services. Then after that, after we click next, so you can now access yung Google account mo, Gmail accounts. So, as I've said, the best practice in YubiKey is, of course, to have a backup security key. So, to add a backup security, you just need to add another security key here. Just click this. Then we can easily, of course, next. And then we still need to register yung another YubiKey natin, which is insert lang natin. Then, touch ulit natin yung gold contacts or yung touch sensor ng YubiKey. And of course, we need to have a name for that specific YubiKey, which I have named this YubiKey 5 NFC backup. So yung kanina is primary, na naman yung backup. Then you now have a multiple security in just a one account of Google or Gmail service. And yung login nun is of course same pa rin ang pag-login sa kanila. So we just need the username and password. We just need to insert yung YubiKey and touch yung touch sensor. Now, if we, let's say, ayun nga, nawala natin. Let's say yung primary, yung lagi natin dala-dala. And yung backup is nakastore in some safe place around or inside our house. So basically, yung backup pinakatago. And yung primary, yung lagi natin dala-dala. And once na, let's say, nawala natin yung primary na YubiKey 5 NFC, we can easily revoke that specific key. Just click lang natin yung edit button. Then we just click this remove this key. And once done, so okay lang natin, na-unregister na siya, or basically na-revoke na natin yung primary YubiKey na nawala, or let's say na-misplace natin yung primary YubiKey natin. So that will end my presentation and demonstration as well. So once again, thank you all for joining this session with the Yubico Protect Your Online Identity.
Thank you, Sir JM. And since the discussion is now over, we will now proceed with the Q&A portion. So again, if you have any questions with Sir JM, just feel free to type it in on the question panel located at the bottom of your screen. And while waiting for the questions to pile up, Josh, I request to share the screen again for our promo? Hi, Sir JM. Kindly take down po muna yung share screen niya para makapag-share po si Josh. And so while waiting for the questions to pile up, we would like to take this chance to share our exclusive promo just for our attendees right now. So One Depot is offering, kindly next Josh, ayan. So One Depot is offering an exclusive cybersecurity training webinar for all companies that will purchase any Yubico product from us. So this promo is valid from June 10 to August 10, 2021. So a copy of this EDM will also be sent to you to your private emails and work emails after this session. So I think, Sir JM, we have question from Sir Mark Nepales. So aside sa Microsoft and Google, pwede po ba kaya siya sa iCloud and, or Apple?
Yes, sir. I will verify that, sir, because all of the supported applications naman is posted dun sa Yubico website natin. And I haven't tried yet, sir, sa, Mac OS, and other, let's say, iCloud. And we'll verify that, sir. And also, we can search naman dun sa Works with YubiKey catalog, dun sa yubico.com, which is, I will send the link down below in the chat panel.
Thank you, Sir JM. So for others who have questions, feel free to type it in on the question panel. And Sir JM, I do have one question po. What if I lose my YubiKey? So what should I do?
Yes, actually nasa demonstration ko sa kanina. So for example, nawala natin yung YubiKey. So ang prerequisite kasi when we are, let's say, setting up a security key or YubiKey, sa Microsoft is kailangan natin na may other or basically yung secondary na OTP natin, which is yung via phone or authenticator app. So once na nawala natin si security key, so sa kasamaang palad na wala talaga natin, pwede naman natin siyang i-revoke and makaka-login pa rin naman tayo using dun sa secondary na authentication natin dun sa specific service. Let's say sa Microsoft. And ayun nga, so nasa demo naman natin siya, pwede natin siyang i-revoke.
Thank you, Sir JM. So another question, can I use YubiKey on multiple websites?
Yes, sir. You can search naman dito sa the-drop ko na link dito sa chat box for Works with YubiKey catalog. So sa all supported applications ni Yubico. And also yun nga, kung meron tayo mga homegrown applications na gusto natin integrate, pwede rin tayo mag-sign up dun sa Works with YubiKey program, which is once na nakapag-sign up tayo, si Yubico support na mismo yung magko-contact sa atin to, let's say, give you instructions or procedures on how to set up or integrate the YubiKey on your specific applications or homegrown applications.
Thank you for that, Sir JM. So for others that have a question for Sir JM, feel free to type it in. And since we are going to have a raffle, and so we can go back to your questions later. So as for our raffle, a quick reminder. So kindly answer the feedback form as it will serve as your attendance for this event and the raffle. And for an additional information, we will be giving a 150 pesos worth of Grab food vouchers for the first 30 people who will fill up the form. So the link is already shown on the screen and already sent through the chat box. So as of now, we have a total of 31 who fill out the feedback form. So I think we can proceed already on the raffle draw, but I will be giving at least 30 seconds for the others if in case na hindi pa kayo nakakapag-fill out ng feedback form. So again, if you have any questions after this webinar also, you can contact us. So we will be showing our contact information later. And if you have some questions regarding Sir JM's presentation, feel free to type it in on the question panel.
Hello, Ian. I would like follow up ko lang yung answer ko.
Yes, sir.
And kay Mark Ben Tabukol and kay Sir Mark Nepales. So basically, yes, sir, I have provided na yung Works with YubiKey catalog. And with Mac OS, sir, yes, supported. It can work with Mac OS na computers, yung YubiKeys. And with iCloud and or Apple, yes, you have the option, sir. So ganun pa rin yung pag-setup natin. So kailangan natin ng secondary na authentication method, which is yung either phone or authenticator app. And then yung magiging primary natin is to register yung YubiKey natin for iCloud or Apple accounts natin, sir.
Thank you
So,
for
thank
that,
you.
Sir JM. So we will now proceed on our raffle draw. So let me share first my screen. Here, can everyone see my screen already? Sir JM, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Kita naman natin yung ruleta natin.
Okay, so for our we will be having 2 winners for this raffle draw, and you will be receiving 400 pesos worth of pure gold vouchers. So for our first winner, we have Miss Anne Asuncion. So Miss Anne, kindly message us on how you will claim your prizes. And for our next winner, we have Sir Jason De Jesus. So again, Sir Jason, kindly message us on how you will claim your prize. And to proceed with our closing remarks, I would like to call on again Sir Julius Canlas. So again, congratulations to all the winners from our games and raffle draw. So Sir Julius. Sir, I think nakamute pa po kayo, sir.
Alright, thank you, Ian. So a while ago, I forgot to introduce the members of the team. So let me take this opportunity to introduce yung team natin. I'll start with our business unit head, Mr. Mike Domingo. So kung sino yung naka-answer kanina, so great job. So we also have our technical manager, Mr. Mike Patrido. Okay. And then we also have the rest of, not to mention our sales account managers who are present in this session. All right. Okay, so once again, thank you so much for spending time with us. I hope you've learned something new from this session. From this point, you should be able to know who is Yubico and how Yubico works as security key, and authentication solution, and how it protects your identity from unauthorized personnel by accessing personal apps online. So if you wish to request a separate meeting to discuss furthermore about this product or request for a quotation, feel free to reach out our sales account manager. Thank you. Ian.
Thank you, Sir Julius. So again, everyone, thank you for attending. If you have questions after this webinar, Josh, kindly next this presentation. Yan. So if you have any questions after this webinar, feel free to contact us on the informations given on your screen. And see you on our next webinar, as this will be our not last webinar for this. So again, thank you, and don't forget our promo for this session. So you will be having a cybersecurity training for free once you purchase any Yubico product from One Depot. So again, thank you everyone for attending. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.